We're at a beautiful anchorage, and we ducked into this channel right off of the Mississippi River. You can see it's still a little fog that needs to burn off. But when you get into where you're pulled up into a river like this, we just dropped the anchor down there and came back. We have about 100+ feet out, and I think it was about 15 feet deep here. But when you do anchor in a river where the current is keeping you in place, the anchor's there and the current's flowing back like this, we haven't moved at all. Sam has an anchor alarm app, and it has kept us, the current has kept us in the same place all night. But one thing that happens if you are working the anchor, and sometimes it's the first mate and sometimes it's the captain, it depends on how you've divided up the duties, but I like to put the anchor out and then Sam puts the snubber on. That snubber is that rope you see there, and then it takes all the pressure off of the anchor chain, and you see the gold's in the water, and that signifies that it's 100 feet there. Sometimes, yeah, I'm fine.
I got a question for you.
Hang on. Sometimes the river, as it's flowing, will put stuff all over your anchor chain or your snubber. But you see this morning there's just one branch that I have to deal with when we pull up everything. So that's not too bad at all. Actually pretty good with all the stuff that's floating down this particular channel right here.
It is a lovely morning here at the anchorage at Angelo Towhead, where Rev did a superb job of getting the anchor down, and we went out there and took a look at it this morning. Only had one stick on the snubber line, so we're going to weigh the anchor, and we can see a little bit of surface fog here from the differential between the water and the air temperature, but that should burn off pretty good. Temperature is about 43, and it's going to get up to about 73 today, so things should warm up. Nice sunny day. We are going to head down the last of the Mississippi River here, about 1.5 miles, and then we're going to turn to the port, and we'll be going upstream, so we're going to need a little bit more power, and we're going to go to Paducah, Kentucky. And en route we have one lock to go through, the Olmstead Lock, so we're going to give them a call here in a little bit. The engines are warming up, see if there's any expected delays, and if so, we'll just kind of hang out here for a while. But it should be about 1.5 hours till we're up there heading through the lock. So let's go.
I got a bucket of water there so I can rinse everything off after we're done. Sam is going to remove the snubber.
Hopefully.
What do you mean, hopefully?
Be able to get the snubber in here. A little
Yeah.
bit of frost on the pumpkin here. And the whole idea of the snubber is to make sure there's not undue, prolonged tension on the chain. And for right now, we're bringing her up. Going to be a little tension on there, but we're going to get it off. Already got the engine started, so we'll be able to reel this in. You can see I have a little bit of sewer pipe here to be able to and we put extra chain out up here.
You can pull it if you need to take out the extra.
Yeah.
Do you want me to hold that?
Nope, that's good. Looks like it's coming up clean. I just don't want to make sure you're working around these windlasses. Don't make sure you've got your fingers clear of them.
And your pant legs.
And your pant legs. And the line. Now as it comes up here, we've got a mantis claw on it. I want to make sure I just come straight up here, give it a good right through there. Like that. I'm going to take this off. And there we are ready. And for now, we got some tension on the road chain.
Yeah.
So we're going to get up there and we're going to power forward, bring that anchor up.
Leaving really nice. We were the only ones in there, which is unusual because this is an anchorage that is utilized by a lot of loopers, but there is another one too close in the area. What's it called? Boston Bar. Yeah, so you got a few options when you're anchoring over here. There's still a lot of logs floating around and a bit of fog left, but it won't be hanging around long.
So goodbye, Mississippi River. We've got our coffee going here and got the AIS on. Don't see anything out there. We're going to be turning to the port and going to set about 1,000 RPM here and see the difference in what we're going to do. In fact, let's push it up here about 1,100. We got flow going down. The synchronizer's broken. Anyway, we know what's wrong with it. We need a new cable. Had a mechanic look at it, so manually setting and matching these up. They did adjust the throttles for me, so that's working nice. And there's not as much of a split between them. Once we get the synchronizer cable from Glendenning, we'll put that in. I'll see what the boat does here on turning on the autopilot.
The great thing about the Mississippi is that you're going to save money in fuel because the current takes you right along. So you might have the RPM set where they normally are, but you're going to get a lot more speed out of them.
So we had about 10.3 miles per hour, and I run it in miles per hour because there's some debris out there, isn't it? So
it's a lot of foam
out there.
A couple
logs.
logs.
Miles per hour because the mile markers on miles per hour. A lot of people ask me, hey, you're a boat, you should be in knots. Well, yeah, except that the Army Corps of Engineers marks everything in miles, not knots. The mile markers and all that. So let's see what happened here. Already we can see that we're down to about 7 miles per hour because we picked up the current.
What was it?
It was 10.4. So we're picking up the current from the Ohio, so we got about 50 miles of upstream to go, and we'll just cruise along here and enjoy it because we're going to wait anyway. So enjoy the morning. Watch out for the tows.
Hey, we are here at Olmstead Lock, but there's also 3 tows over there and a couple tows and a boat over there. So it looks like it's going to be a long wait for us this morning. What do you think, Sammy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we're going. Lockmaster told us to go over here on this side and anchor. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I already put all the fenders on both sides so we would be ready when it's our turn.
Okay, Chuck, you're up. Ready to go, sir.
He's calling somebody in next. So we'll just have to wait and see. If you can see right over there, that's where the dredging operation starts and goes all the way to the land over here on this side. There's more machinery right there. Last time we came through here, we drove right over the wicket. You call that a wicket? The wicket's there. The dam's right there, the lock's on the left, and then the wicket dam. It was lowered and we drove right past it. It was so nice. But anyway, today we wait patiently. We got to the lock about, I don't know, 9:30 or so. And the lockmaster just called all the pleasure boats in. It's about 10 till 12. So,
southbound coming out of Olmstead, we'll hang out of your way if you get past these sales and stuff.
yeah, a lot of action here at the Olmstead Lock. I hope you cannot hear what Sam's saying, but he's had a bit of a stressful day. If you hear any long silences and you're just watching video, you know I had to edit that out. Anyway, we are making our way to the lock. They're working. We're just taking it easy here. We're following that work vessel in. That's the Army Corps of Engineers, and I'm sure they have a much higher priority than the rest of us, but luckily he's got to get to the other side, so we get to the other side. I'm glad they're leading, because it looks very confusing about which way to go. You can see the dam over there. There's bubbling water up from there, so we're going to hang to the left, go in that opening. Sam's checking out the flags they have. That's another sign. They have restricted the symbols. Oh, the symbols, the circles and the diamonds. Yeah, restricted ability to maneuver. They post those. This is just one of the many, many things Sam learned in his captain course, and now we all get to benefit from it. Yeah. Big this way to the lock side. You certainly do not want to go over to the dam side. That is no joke over there. Giant arrow pointing to the left. That's a nice lock, huh? It looks like a double, like they could move two. Oh, Sam said that left side's undergoing maintenance. That's why the holdup. They can only work this one side. And there is quite a bit of barge traffic. Okay. Have you picked out one where we're going? Okay, sounds good. Yep, that's it. Two behind us. So.
Going upbound, mile 955.8, and the mile marker 6.3 says we go upbound. So we have over here, this is Illinois, and over here is Kentucky, and we will be heading into the Paducah city dock. So kind of up on plane right now, doing about 17.5 miles an hour. We got a current, I'd estimate it's a good 3 knot, 4 knot current there, because we would be going a little faster than this for the RPM. But keeping an eye out for logs. We've only seen one so far, so it looks pretty good to me. And when we get into Paducah, we'll dock, and then we are going to hit the town. Time to get off the boat. 2 nights of anchoring. Get out and get some exercise. Well, we're at the city dock here in Paducah, Kentucky. And as we came in, we were greeted by some friends that we had seen up in Michigan a few months ago. And so shout out to John, the dockmaster here. He was here a couple years ago. So he worked us in today, and we are just going to love the sunshine and get up and walk around the town. and turn off all our equipment and enjoy the evening. So we'll see you next time on What Yacht to Do. So we are in the lock. Rev's out there. She's a little nervous. Got a little drama going on. We got a little bit of wind. And we don't want to use the thrusters because there's some sticks and stuff in here.